Hey guys, Jock here from Kelpi. Today we're just going to do a quick video on how to install a slip-on onto a 2019 to 2023 Scrambler 1200. I've already removed the system off this as it was an aftermarket slash cut system, but the process for removing your stock exhaust system is one bolt here, one bolt there, two clamp bolts once you've removed your heat shields. So you'll have a heat shield here, two screws, heat shield here, two screws, heat shield here, one screw on the same one as the other heat shield, and then it just pops forward. Once you get that stock exhaust off, you're up to this stage. The first step for assembly is to get your muffler mounting section and get the mounts on the inside. That's where it's mounting onto the actual bike, so it'll cut downwards. You're wanting to get the longer header on the top, the shorter header on the bottom, and the heat shield bracket stay sitting on the outside. So once you've got that, you're actually ready to put that on the bike. Now I've just removed the bolt before I put this on. It's got a little shim stack in there. We'll talk about that in a sec. Let's get this on the bike. So I've just slipped these on here and here. Try to make sure your clamps are accessible. You want to get those all the way on and seated like that. Whilst I've got everything loose, I've just grabbed my shim stack and bolt, and I'm just done that up a couple of turns to get that in position. And we're also going to get this lower bolt here back in. So that's your size 12 bolt. Okay, so we've got our bolt on and tight. We've got both of these bolts in. From here, we can start to tighten up our springs and then our clamps. And then we've only got to reinstall our heat shield and we're back on the bike. Most important thing to do on these exhaust installs is your bolts first, at least nipped up or at least loosely in place. Springs are the thing that goes next, obviously your mufflers, and only after those have been done can you do your clamp bolts, and that seals it all up. So I start with my lower muffler first, just get that slipped on and your springs on, and then chuck your top muffler on and spring that up as well. There's not a great deal of room to get in there, so I recommend getting your spring on the back, on the front mount before getting your second muffler on, and then just using your spring puller tool to get that in place. But,
wait.
Okay, so now that we've got 3 of the 4 springs up, we can just do the easy one. So you want to twist that guy into the position. Get your mufflers sitting nice and flat. And now we're at a position where we've done all of our bolts and we've done all of our springs. So it's time to go over to the clamps to seal everything up. And finally, we'll finish with reinstalling the heat shield. Grab yourself a 10mm spanner, socket set, or T-bar. Starting with these guys up here. You're going to tighten those onto the clamps. Okay, we've got our both of the heat shields on. I've just put on this extra piece, which is not a stock piece, but that's just an extra heat cover. So we're going over all 3 of the heat shields and into the speed nut there, into the nut there. So on your heat shield, we're just going to remove the supplied bracketry and replace it with our own. Now we've got the heat shield brackets which go on. These are connected to speed nuts, and you can adjust these in terms of the positioning as well as of the nut as well as the heat shield itself to bring it off of that. So I'll just show you what that looks like. I'll always cut it back. Just got that one roughly on. Make sure it's lining up. Now, once I've got that one tight, I'm just going to basically adjust this bracket to get it just a little bit off that heat shield and as tight as possible here. Should get to the point where the rubbers inside here are just touching these guys and stopping any play. From there, tighten up and you're done. Alright guys, now we've got the slip-on fitted, it's time to hear your new system. Process for removing your baffles is a set of circuit pliers.